Closed captioning of this program is brought to you by Slimers in Organic Flesh Bait. Fish hit hard and often with Slimers.
These are counter reels that are very accurate. And knowing how much line you have out sometimes is critical to getting your lures to the right depth. One thing I have to stress though, the counter works accurately when you have a full spool of line, okay? So why is that important? Because really all we care about once we reel the line on is that when we release line from a full spool out, we want it to be accurate. So from a full spool, I want to know that if I let 100 feet of line out or 200 feet of line out, it's going to be accurate. And these particular counter reels are very accurate. They have a very good star drag system on the side. They have a clicker for on-off position and a very easy line release that gives you the free spool. And what I like also is that nice large knob that's there. Very easy for you to put your hand around it when you're reeling fish in. Now the other type of reel that I've got here on my left, this is a traditional West Coast reel. And it's actually called a mooching reel. And mooching is a technique where you pull line off the rod with your hand, and they're called pulls. And a pull is the length of your arm, which is about 3 feet. And you use a live herring with a sinker, almost like still fishing, in the current and structure breaks in the tidal waters. Now a lot of people in the Great Lakes are using these mooching reels for fishing salmon and trout in the Great Lakes with downriggers and other devices because they're very easy to use. Again, it has a line release on the side, so just by hitting the lever that releases the line. And to release the line down, when you're loading your downrigger, you literally palm, because you can see that the rim is exposed here, you actually palm the spool to let the line down. When it gets in the right position, you just click the switch over and lock it, and then it has a very nice, efficient drag system right here. And it's also nice because it's low profile, it's close to the rod, almost feels like a fly reel when you're reeling the fish up, but it's a really serious reel. Lots of line capacity, very good drag system to stop even the biggest fish. So there's a couple of really good outfits if you want to do some serious Great Lakes fishing, a counter reel or a mooching reel. Aldo, you were just talking about the lead cord, that we hadn't had a hit on it.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Yep.
There's a lot of line out there.
Oh yeah, there sure is.
Okay, when we get it close, I'm going to back up so you can get that board off.
You got it.
So when you're using a long line like this, you just got to be careful that you don't get fatigued. And even if you take pauses like I'm doing now, because we're moving, try to keep a tight line so that you don't get slack line between the rod tip and the fish. And the other thing that's really important is not to be too jerky, you know, where you're jerking your rod. You want to be really smooth because you don't know how well the fish is hooked. It amazes me that with 6 lines out, there's no problem. You know, we haven't had any tangles or anything. It's
because you're running it at different depths and different angles away from the boat.
Yeah, I agree.
It keeps your lines spread apart, right? So.
Yep. You know what? If we get this one in, this might be an eating size Chinook.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Looks
I think
like
your dad will enjoy it.
Oh yeah. He loves the fresh fish, especially on the barbecue. I'm going to back up a bit. How's that? Good one. You didn't fall for that trick, did you?
I fell for it.
He slipped into it.
That's a nice coho.
Beautiful. How come we got a coho?
Because they like to eat too.
Because I thought that there were very few cohos stocked in Lake Ontario anymore.
I think they're out here. They're just they're reproducing on their own.
Okay, explain to the viewers, Aldo, what you were pointing at.
The way to determine a coho is it looks very similar to a Chinook, except for the coho doesn't have any spots on its tail. Has looks like an oil slick.
Yep.
And a gray mouth.
Okay, I'm going to see if I can turn it here so the viewers can see. Okay, so Chinook has a black mouth, the inside, coho's gray, rainbow trout white. And you know what? That fish is about 4 or 5 pounds. Okay, he's in the net. And we're going to put it in the cooler because it is ideal size for eating.
Absolutely.
You know, a lot of people ask me, even on Ask Italo, our website, is it safe to eat the fish from the Great Lakes? And I tell the people that in some cases, the fish that are in Great Lakes are cleaner than some of the fish that are raised in aquaculture. But anyway, a fish that size, that's under 10 pounds, and that was about 5 pounds, is ideal But the one thing that's important is that when you're cleaning it, that you remove the belly fat and also the fat that's along the fish's back, because if there are any contaminants, that's where they usually get deposited.